Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about whether or not the woman on the bus talking to Alex at the end of issue 19 of Life is Strange Settling Dust is actually future Pixie. Now what I mean by future is not someone off from a far distant timeline, but a few years into the future, as the comic series takes place in 2016 and the game takes place in 2019. Now, before I start this video, I just want to say that Amber Ank messaged me, and she told me that she spoke to Emma Vasili, well, not spoke, but just left a Twitter message and asked if the woman on the bus was Pixie. And the person said, and Emma said, no, the person on the bus is not Pixie. So I guess that settles it, right? You know, end of the video. Wrong. I mean, look at the comparisons we got here, okay? Aside from the eyes and the placement of the mole, they look identical. Like, not identical, but I can see Pixie at the bottom. I can see her. And I can tell this is an older version of herself. Now, as for the eyes, when people age, your irises, they change color. And as for the mole placement, well, two reasons. Either one, it's a mistake, or two, Pixie you had laser surgery to get her mole removed, and then another one later grew in place. Because my mom's had moles, she's had them removed. Well, not all of them, but she's had a few removed with laser surgery, or whatever it's called. So it's not completely out of the question. So, and I guess, like, okay, if the writer said it, then it has to be true. But people have said, people in gaming, TV, comics industry, they've always said a lot of things, and it hasn't always been the case. One example I want to give is when Batman Arkham Knight was coming out. I don't remember who asked who the question, but it was one of the fans in the audience asked one of the people on stage talking about Arkham Knight. They asked him point blank, is the Arkham Knight Jason Todd? And this person responded with, no, he is not. And then it's later revealed it's Jason Todd. Now I guess you can argue that, okay, he couldn't outright say it, you have to protect your product, but there's been a history with video games where people have said something, they're like, oh, I can confirm this is not true, and then it turns out being true. Like for example, the Netflix's He-Man Masters of the Universe, that was supposedly all about He-Man, the marketing was for He-Man, but Teela's taken over the show, so really He-Man was only in like, what, I didn't watch it, but I remember there was some outrage. It was like, it was only in episode 1 or 2 or something, and now Teela's the main star, and then they have part 2 of the first season coming out. Like the point I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of things that in media, because the writers, like, you know, since they're writing, or the creators or whoever it is, if they have to mislead people so they can't spoil anything, then okay. Like Marvel does this with their trailers as well. I think it was in Infinity War. That in one of the trailers you see Hulk alongside the Avengers running in slow motion, but Hulk never really shows up in Infinity War. It's actually just Bruce Banner wearing one of Iron Man's suits. I think it's called the Hulkbuster. So like maybe I'm overthinking this, but every time I just look at her face, I see Pixie. Like, I don't know, like maybe I'm insane in the membrane, but I honestly would love to know what you people think in the comments below. Because, I mean, just look at this. Like, or maybe I'm wanted to be this subconsciously, I don't know. And it raises another question. If this is Pixie, then who did she have a kid with? Where's the father? Is she going to Haven Springs? I don't know, because Alex, well, obviously we can answer that one as a no, because Alex gets off, we see Alex get off the bus in the beginning of the game. So she's the only one. We don't see this woman get off the bus, so maybe her next destination, if it's Pixie, maybe she's meeting up with the band, but then that would make the Life is Strange comics canon, and then that just brings up a whole nother thing with the canon, whether it is or isn't canon, which I'm not going to get into because it's already confusing enough as it is. Like, I don't know. But I would love to hear what your comments are below. Do you believe that this is Pixie or not, regardless of what Emma said? I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.